Yeah.
Well, I've got another comment here. It comes from Side Mike. He says, is it worth it to buy Zaha for Lampard's team? Where's he going to fit? I mean, Lampard, I'm not sure he'll go for him, but if he does, Zaha currently a big fish in a small pond. All due respect to Palace.
I think with Chelsea, in terms of going forward, they've got that position quite nice and balanced with the player they've got. I think with Zaha just need a different challenge beside being in London and being away from Crystal Palace. So obviously, he had a chance to go to Man United. He never really accomplished that. But I think he'd learned from it, and moving away from London would have been probably the possible destination. But Chelsea, for me, I don't think that's suitable for him.
No, I don't think that's what they needed, are they? I think they needed another strong number 9, someone who's probably who knows, who's been around, you know, got a bit more experience, just so that he can go to Tammy Abraham every now and then, sit out this game, have a couple of games, recharge your batteries, because you're looking at it there, and when it comes around Christmas time, you're thinking Tammy Abraham might have played upwards of 30 games before Christmas. He would never have done that before this season. So, and obviously, and it's all the focus on him. Listen, if you speak to the lad, he'll be going, yeah, I want to play, I want to do this. But you know sometimes, and I always remember when I played so many games, Sam pulled me and just went, you're not playing tomorrow and you've got the weekend off. And I was like, well, I want to play, I feel all right. But they have a plan for you, and I think that's what they're missing at the minute. They've got a lot of young lads, like they left Mount out in the middle through the week, because you can see it, you know, the fatigue and mentally of what a drain and what it's doing to them boys. So for me, I think it's a centre forward is definitely in the mix. I don't think Zaha is that centre forward though.
Well, you could say Chelsea have been looking for a centre forward since Diego Costa left.
Yeah, you could argue that.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm looking more as a Hazard replacement.
Yeah.
I know they got Pulisic who's come in.
Yeah, but you can never really replace Hazard to another player, Hazard type, because there's not many out there available.
But don't you think Zaha would make the team better?
No.
No.
He's not a Chelsea type of player.
Well, Zaha is more established in the Premier League as a player who's proven and delivered than Pulisic.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. So you could argue that, but I think Chelsea believe that Pulisic can become, you know, of that ilk. So, you know, if you bring somebody in...
You're pushing them down the pecking order where I don't think it's right, yeah.
So
and Hudson-Odoi as well. You put him in that same bracket, would you? Yeah, me too. So I don't think Zaha is the one, because he's the one of the pushing them two lads. And Hudson-Odoi didn't play today. So I think he's going to lose probably Willian at the end of this season.
Hudson-Odoi did come on at one point.
Come on.
Yeah, he come on, but what I'm saying, he didn't start today, did he? Yeah. But you've got Willian starting, and he brought Willian off for Hudson-Odoi. So I think he sort of looks at it as that could be his front four with Mason Mount. I don't see a Zaha fitting in that better. What I don't think he needs that type of player. I think he needs a strong number 9. Someone who can help, and when it's not working for Tammy, someone with who's got a bit different, who can go and get a goal maybe.
I feel a little bit sorry for Christian Pulisic, because as soon as the transfer ban was lifted, the news broke, suddenly Jadon Sancho's name is linked straight to Chelsea. I mean, Pulisic just joined the club.
But I think that's the modern game, isn't it, in all honesty? You know, players are linked all over the show. You know, Sancho's not only been linked with Chelsea because of the quality that he possesses. You know, 4 or 5 Premier League clubs have been linked with him. So, you know, I think as a player in today's game, you just have to ignore all the noise that's flying around out there and all the speculation and get on with your job.
Something that fascinates me, and we were talking about this, we were recording a podcast which is going to be out very soon via Stadium Astro, by the way. It was about the two of you, how you first met at Bolton, and he was supposedly rumoured to replace you. I mean, how did that make you feel? I'm just trying to understand what it's like for a player at Chelsea Football Club as well, having someone in that's going to push them.
Yeah, I mean, look, as Gaz just said there, you've got to take that in your stride. You can't listen to the noise of what everybody else is thinking. What you've got to do is prove that he was being brought in to play with me, or we go toe to toe. That's how it is. Competition. It'll make me better. It'll make him a better player. And that's how, as a footballer, what you'd expect. Yeah. You don't expect to be comfortable within your job all the time. You want people to come and push you. You know, luckily enough, he didn't come in, and we ended up having a nice relationship on the pitch. So together as a parent, so it was good in that way. But for me, I don't think these lads are worried about who comes in the door. I think they're worried about what you know, how they can get in the team, what they can do. I'd be very surprised if players these days are worried about noise, what you've just said, the so-called noise of this player's coming to Chelsea, that player's, you know, it's every day when you're reading on the papers or wherever, Haaland's going to Man United, then he's not going to, then he's going to Salisbury. It's just all the agents all sort of putting them,
generating the news,
generating, you know, a lot of news up on their players. If I think, if I'm Frank Lampard now, I'm looking across the whole of Europe thinking, right, what centre-half is going to make my team a lot stronger and give me a leader, which they've been lacking since they've lost Terry, and they've lost him, and they've lost Pogba. Not Pogba, Drogba. So them three, when you think about the great Chelsea side, right through the spine, with I think they've got a good keeper in Kepa. I think but obviously
the back four's always been an issue. Really.
The back four's been a major issue since John Terry's gone.
Yeah.
But with Kepa, he has his faults, but I think he'll get better. He's only young. I think they've got to get that centre half to come and help them.
Well, when it comes to Kepa, that was one of the news that was breaking in the past 48 hours, I would say. In fact, I think this is where Arik Zulkarnaen says, do you think Chelsea need a new goalkeeper? It seems that Kepa has conceded so many goals this season. Consistency again from him, the team. I mean, are you fans of Kepa? Has he lived up to the price tag?
He's a good goalkeeper, but you can't just blame on him, you know, to consider goal, because you have to look at the whole back four. Are they covering him enough? The whole team needs to be put upon the blame, because, you know, because he's a goalkeeper, he's the one standing there, he's the one who let the ball go through. He's the one. No, you can't do that. You have to look at the whole team. Why are they conceding so many goals?
Yeah. And you just mentioned the fee, and it was a huge fee for a goalkeeper.
Most expensive in the world.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with him. He doesn't set that. That's market forces. So again, that's just, again, using my phrase, that's just noise. Yeah. And, you know, so if you pay twice as much for a goalkeeper, is he twice as good?
Well,
I would say no.
I'm not really looking at that perspective. I'm looking more at the perspective of a player having to live up to that and the pressures that puts on him. We had Yap Sam here last week. He was the world's most expensive defender. And he was talking about living up to the price tag of getting to Manchester United from the Netherlands, different league, different country, and living up to being the most, at the time, most expensive defender in the world. And it does add pressure. Not so much about how much it costs.
I think it adds pressure. I think, don't get me wrong, it does add pressure, but I think he's come through that. For me, I don't think he. For me, what I'm trying to say is he's not a major concern in that Chelsea team. No. If you're looking at it, the front four are not major concerns to try and get someone. I think the three who's backing up. I think the major concern for Frank Lampard now is his defence, his central defenders. And I think he'll be looking at that and thinking, right, what can I get? I think if he could match someone in centre midfield to help them young lads with a Kante and a forward, get three people who... listen, I haven't got all the answers here. I'm just sort of looking at it from, you know, a quick, a quick one. And I think my major two will be a number 9 and certainly a ball... ball-playing midfielder who can get in and a proper centre-half.
Well, it's funny that you're bringing up that area of the pitch, that area of a team, that spine, the base of the spine, because I look at Arsenal, and they seem to have issues in that department. You look at Manchester City, Laporte is out. I mean, he is their Van Dijk, isn't he? And you see the position they're in. They're trying to catch up to Liverpool and Leicester now at this stage of the season. And then you look at Tottenham, and there's all the contract problems. And now, there are only so many teams that can get into the top 4. For Champions League. So who's best suited, defensively at least?
For Chelsea now?
For Chelsea, when you look at the back four for Spurs and Arsenal and Manchester City, we have to throw them in. They're only 3 points ahead of Chelsea now.
You've got to look at Wolves back four. You know, they seem to work together really well. If you can put in a good bid out there and try to look one of the two centre-half to come forward, that they've always been, you know, they seem to be well drilled and good defence side, and it's very difficult because the market is not.
But you think, let's be honest, right? And I know they've done fantastically well, Wolves, but you're not bringing them in and they're being any better than Zuma and Rudiger for me.
Yeah, but they are more. I rely more on their back foot than Zuma.
I'm sort of talking if Chelsea want to go and get back amongst the elite, they've got to go and buy a Koulibaly. They've got to go and buy, you know, top end centre-half to come in and help them lads and show them the way.
But there's not many out there available. Obviously, you said Koulibaly, which is where he's one of them, but apart from him, I can't really recall anybody who's...
But that's what I'm saying, they've got to break the bank for it. You know, but even, I know, Bonucci, you know, someone who's a proper defender, that's what I'm talking about for Chelsea, that's what I think they need. A proper defender, knows how to play, knows when to kick it long, knows when... pulls his mate in, do all that, helps them young lads around them, speaks to the ones in front. Because at this moment in time, you know, and he's made a big difference today, by the way, Rudiger, hasn't he, being back in. But obviously you can see he's a bit, you know, bit rusty from his injury. But having someone who does that and is a proper man on the proper centre half.
But was your question also
defensively?
Which club has the best? I don't know, the best defence suitable to actually establish them as a top four side
to get a European
to get
spot.
into the European spot. You have to look seriously at Leicester City, don't you, at the moment? Because defensively, they've conceded less goals in the Premier League this season than anybody else. So defensively, you have to say Leicester City are one of the very best, and that's why they sit second in the table at the moment.
That's why I didn't put them into the equation. I was looking more at Arsenal having problems at the back, Chelsea, Spurs with the contract situation.
I think Spurs, it'll change because they've got Mourinho now. I think that'll change. I think the sort of contract rebels what they're on, he will get that sorted. I think that a lot of noise has changed. If you've noticed, it's all been on Eriksen's, not been on Vertonghen's, not been on Alderweireld. It's so, I think, and they're probably best equipped as a back four and as a defence to sort of push and get back into that top four. I think Chelsea, you know, it speaks for itself how many goals they concede and stuff. I think Man City, at Lampard, I said at the beginning of the season, losing Vincent Kompany was a massive blow. It was like I called Vincent Kompany the Van Dijk of Liverpool and Van Dijk the Vincent Kompany of Man City. If you lose one of them out of their back four, that was the major issue. They thought Lampard could do it. I was very unsure. As soon as he's come out of the team, you realise, but it's because he doesn't trust Otamendi and Stones, and that's why he's had to drop Fernandinho. So for me, I think Tottenham are probably the best equipped at the back four. Arsenal have got a very weak back four. Or middle two, I'd say, sorry, two centre-halves. Because I think when Tierney and Bellerin...
Well, Tierney's out for 3 months now with the shoulder.
If everyone's fit, I'm saying Tierney and Bellerin, you put them up there when they're fully fit, you put them up there with the best.
Well, we say all this, but I just discovered that Watford had the same amount of clean sheets as Liverpool today in the Premier League, and Liverpool are top, Watford are bottom. It just goes to show this season it's a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah. So you've been teeing us up so you can hit us with that punchline, haven't you?
Just
but you watch Liverpool today, and we were talking about it, and they score goals. Yeah. So it's different. That's the difference. Yeah. And you've got to realise that they've been hit with Matip. They've now been hit with Lovren going out. Yeah. They've had Alisson out. So you're talking about maybe 2 of the back 5 been injured for, well, I don't think the back 5 of last year who kept all them clean sheets
and
have played together, and then Fabinho. So they've been hit. Everyone's talking about all the injuries to Man City and how it's affecting them. Liverpool have been hit. You know, we were talking about Salah off air, saying about his ankle injury stuff. They've been hit with a lot of injuries, and that's why I think it's not been a settled side after Christmas when they all come back and they get back into the rhythm. I think you'll see Liverpool, and they'll probably go 9. Well, in 10 games they'll probably get 8 clean sheets because how solid they will become.